Hello. Hello. How many of you know who Marta Vieira da Silva is? Now, every single person in this room probably knows who Lionel Messi is, right? To your surprise, they both are the highest paid soccer players, although one is a female and the other is a male. According to CNBC.com, Messi earns 220 times more than Marta Vieira for completing the same amount of work. His total earning is $111 million, while hers is $500,000. So let me get this straight. Males and females both put in the same amount of time, effort, and energy. They train and play in the same exact way, although the males team receive more recognition, more fans, and overall, a better gear. When you watch a male soccer game, I assume you look into their skills, touches, aim, and power. On the other hand, while watching a female soccer game, the audience immediately points out to the fact it's a female game, like women's soccer were different from men. Afterwards, they look forward to criticize every mistake they make. Behind me, we may see two different scenarios, where both teams won the championship in the same year, month, and Football Club Juventus. After completing the same amount of fatigue, they were celebrated in two odd different ways. We may see the males team in the new Allianz Stadium, standing on the Serie A podium, with white confetti launched into the air, surrounded by political authority, journalists, photographers, watching the raising of the cup. On the other hand, we may see the women team in the small Novara arena in what looks like a family celebration. Other than that, most girls who play soccer have a second job to maintain themselves economically, unlike men. I started off playing soccer at the age of 5 years old. After a few years, I felt the urge of moving to a higher performing team, Accademia Gaggiano. It was a male's team. I was the only girl, but nothing could stop me. Every time I faced a new team, I could hear from the field the spectators yelling to the child, "You can't be beaten by a girl!" But some parents also told me, "Congratulations, you played really well. Keep going, don't stop." I must say that I was lucky enough to play in a team with soccer players who happened to be boys, where I was not identified as a weakness, but as a strength. Every time I stepped onto the field or into the changing rooms, I felt just like one of them. I played soccer with them, I shared a room with my teammates when we went to tournaments, and I even showered with them. Completing all these actions with them seemed to me extremely normal. At the age of 8 years old, these experiences taught me valuable lessons. After 3 whole years playing with 14 agitated kids, kicking the ball around the field, one day my parents received a phone call from the administrator asking me to try out. I was literally shook. So one Saturday morning, full of excitement, I jumped out of bed, gathered all my stuff, and headed to the field. And headed to the field. At the athletic center, I met all my future teammates and went to the changing rooms. At that point, I felt abnormal. It was my first time changing in front of girls. I stepped onto the field, and the game started. But first, I must admit that unrealizing, I too was underestimating these girls. I thought that all girls were weak and unable to play a sport like soccer. At the end of the game, I realized I was incorrect about what I had said previously. Never could have ever imagined that a female team could have been that strong. However, all these girls like me had a similar background of play co-ed. And that's when I realized that learning how to play against gender limitations can help you develop a determined mentality. My first 3 years at Inter, due to a lack of female teams, we had to play against boys. We won 2 championships out of 3, but nobody could have believed that a female team had won against every single male team throughout the championship. And sadly, that was shocking for some people. This has now become my 5th year playing for a professional team like Inter. I've gone through many selections for the national team, and I am now among the top 18 female soccer players in Lombardy, and I still have no intention to stop. My dream is that men will stop underestimating women, that spectators will view a female match just like a male match, and that women will believe in themselves and other women at any time, because there is no difference. Thank you.